Each fall, we observe two separate holidays, Native American Heritage Day and Indigenous Peoples Day. But what's the difference? Let's learn about their stories. OCO, hello! I'm Bailey with Unexpected Virtual Tours and Training, where we host radically creative DEI team building events for remote and hybrid teams. Today, we're excited to talk about different holidays for celebrating Indigenous cultures in the United States. In October, we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. In November, we celebrate Native American Heritage Day. November also brings Native American Heritage Month. Native American Heritage Month and Day mark a time to celebrate the stories, traditions, and cultures of Native American, Alaska Native, and Native Hawaiian communities. Indigenous Peoples Day, a similar holiday in October, celebrates similar things while also honoring Indigenous peoples outside of the U.S. So, why do we have these separate holidays and what is the story behind them? Let's take a deeper dive into the history and meaning behind these days to find out why. First, let's look at Native American Heritage Day. This observance falls during Native American Heritage Month in November and is always celebrated on the Friday immediately after Thanksgiving, which is also the fourth Friday of every November. And yes, that is the same day as Black Friday. Native American Heritage Day is set aside for us all to remember and recognize how culture, traditions, and contributions to Native Americans have shaped the United States both today and in the past. Native American Heritage Day is set aside for us all to remember and recognize how culture, traditions, and contributions of Native Americans have shaped the United States both today and in the past. This day was made law recently in 2009 when President Barack Obama finally signed the celebration into observance with the Native American Heritage Day resolution. But before that, as far back as the early 1900s, many states and figures pushed for an official day of observance, honoring Native American heritage for a long time. Many also say that Indigenous Peoples Day was long overdue. Indigenous Peoples Day is celebrated on the second Monday of every October. You may know or recognize this day by its former name, Columbus Day. Since the 1970s, and most likely even longer, many Indigenous advocates fought hard to change the name of Columbus Day. Instead, they pushed for a holiday that doesn't highlight a figure representing oppression and loss to Native people, but rather shines a light on their culture, pride, and dignity. After much advocacy, in 2021, the Biden administration officially replaced the name Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. Indigenous Peoples Day became an official holiday later than Native American Heritage Day, and some consider it a landmark holiday. This is not just because it celebrates Indigenous and Native heritage like Native American Heritage Day, but it's also because it represents a milestone of triumph for Native peoples, marking a shift in thinking away from a culture that focuses on reminders of a dark colonist-focused past, and toward a holiday that focuses on Native or Indigenous identity and sovereignty. So, I know that these two holidays may sound a little similar. It's true that both Native American Heritage and Indigenous Peoples Day are set aside to raise awareness about the history and challenges of Native and Indigenous peoples throughout the Americas, while also honoring their unique cultures and contributions to the present day and our modern life. Now, what makes these two holidays different? Some say that Indigenous Peoples Day carries more weight because it is considered a victory for Indigenous peoples for the country to move away from Columbus Day, even though some places still celebrate Columbus Day. Indigenous Peoples Day also has a broader focus on Native groups and communities all throughout the Americas, not just the United States. It extends to Indigenous peoples throughout South America, Central America, the Caribbean, and even First Nations people in Canada. Native American Heritage Day, in comparison, is more about Native American identities within the United States only. That said, definitions of how these days are observed or celebrated are not strict. And both of these holidays are very important. Native American and Indigenous histories have so frequently been overshadowed, ignored, or rewritten throughout our country's history. Having 2 dedicated days each year, plus the month of November, only scratches the surface of the time we could spend honoring Indigenous history, culture, struggle, and achievement. That's all our time for today, but let's keep the conversation going. Please head to the comments to let us know how you plan to celebrate these holidays this year. And be sure to check out our additional resources below, plus links to our live virtual DEI training and team building events like our Native American Heritage Month event. And of course, don't forget to share and subscribe. Thanks so much for joining us today and helping us raise awareness about these important holidays while building a more inclusive and respectful world. Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and stay in touch. What else? Bye-bye.